Hi there, I'm David Berryman, and in this training, I'm going to teach you my very effective time management system that I use to basically make sure that I'm prioritizing what's important to me each day, waking up each day with purpose, and moving towards my goals, my vision, and things that are important to me. So I'm going to share this with you. It's a very simple system, very easy to implement, and I'm going to show you a couple of ways that you can implement it. One is through using Google Calendar, another is through using a planner. Okay, so just so that you're aware, I'll share with you the planner that I use in a moment, and I'll also show you how I set it up on my calendar. And how we first start this off, all right, is we want to have a look at what our values are. So too often when we're planning our week, especially if you're an entrepreneur or you're in any sort of business, we can focus on all the things that we have to do, even when we have jobs, right? If we've got a job, we focus on, well, I have to go to work, right? So I want to show you how you can focus on what you get to do and prioritize that as basically how you structure your life around what it is that you want to do with what's important to you. So when it comes to our values, right? So for me, number one value is health. Okay. Now, these could be the same for you. I'm just going to give you the basic without going too in depth into all the types of values. I'm just going to use the basic standard ones for you. So we'll have health, then we'll go with wealth, okay, then we'll go with relationships. Keep it in mind things like, fun, connection, okay. Basically, living your life by design means getting clear around what it is that you want to experience in your life so that you can ensure that you're actually making time for those things. So a lot of the time we just we have this belief that we don't have time to do what we want to do in our life. And that's not always true. A lot of the time it's the fact that we're not actually prioritizing and scheduling our life to work for us instead of us always working for it, if that makes sense. So things like if you've got a family and stuff like that, okay, now these don't need to be in any particular order, but I'm sharing this with you in terms of the way that I like to set up my week. So identifying what your values are, okay? Now, your number one value may be different to health, okay? Maybe something else that you do for fun, but what I want you to do when you use this system, before you go into your wealth or your career, right, or your business, whatever it is, right, I want you to first focus on fun, okay? Now, for me, I'm really lucky that fun is integrated with my health, okay? I've associated a lot of fun to what I do for my health and the way that I move my body, in the way that I'm exercising, and also with the goals that I'm moving towards within my health, and also in my nutrition and how I actually like to enjoy my cooking and things like that. So I'm just going to share this with you. Again, you can do this with what's right for you. But the way that we're going to start it is when we're setting up our week, we want to make sure that we prioritize our fun first. Okay. Now, what this will do, it'll actually put you into a state where you're in a good mood, an elevated mood when you go to set up your week for success. All right. So, fun for me personally, right now, I'm training a lot of Muay Thai, and that's really fun for me. So, 5 days of the week, okay, I can put Muay Thai in my calendar. Now, if you're using Google Calendar, that's great. You could use this as well. If not, I'm going to show you a template that you would have likely got with this training as well that you could use. I use both. So essentially, I use this one on my computer where I put all my business meetings and everything else in. And then I've got my one that I keep on my desk that I use with a whiteboard marker each week to put in any events that I've got. So I'm going to put in Muay Thai, but what I also do is movement. Okay. So essentially, this is one of my favorite things to do. I love to move my body and I love to do it twice a day. And I've created a life where I get to be able to do that. So again, that's one of my number one priorities. So what I'll go with here is I'll go into does not repeat, and it repeats Monday to Friday. See that? So now I've changed this, right? Now I might choose a color and then I'll go green for go. Okay. So each day I've got my Muay Thai or movement. So I'll know, again, I'll prioritize if I'm training a push day, pull day, leg day, or Muay Thai session for each of those, okay? So what we'll also do here, one of my calendars is on there. As you can see, I've got a few calendars, right, on the left there. I'll then go into my next one. So then there's also at 5 o'clock, okay, Muay Thai or movement. put that as my green for go again. And that one's Monday to Friday. Okay, so now I've got what I do for fun. So I enjoy waking up in the morning and moving my body. Now, sometimes this will mean that I'm doing some yoga. Most of the time it's either weights, going for a run, or Muay Thai. Now, I've also got on a Friday, I'm sparring. Save there. And there's a fighters class as well. So this one here is a bit different. You get the idea. Yeah. So that is, this one keeps clicking on. Oh, there we go. Well, anyway, we'll leave that on there. My meeting with Mark. Right. So that's my fighters class there. And that's my fun and movement. So my health goal and what I do for fun is there. Now, obviously, I've got weekends for whatever I'm doing. So I might be doing a camping or fishing trip, okay, on a Saturday or a Sunday. And if so, if I were to do let's say I'm going fishing with my friend Heath and Steve this weekend, right? Fishing with the guys. So now I've got something to look forward to, which is an all-day event on the weekend. Okay, so I know that I've got that there. And again, you can change your colors. This might be, let's go yellow, right, for the brightness, fishing with the guys. Okay. So this is how I set up my week. So I'm focusing on all the cool things that I get to do this week, right? So now I've got these hours during the day. Now, for you personally, if your next thing's like your main priority right now in life is like your family or your relationships, you may want to schedule that in. So, for instance, you might go middle of the week, you might want to have a date night with your partner. And again, you can put that on repeat if you want to, okay? And then what I like to do, all right, so I'm usually home about 7 o'clock, or I finish 7, I'm home by 7:30. But essentially, I start my morning routine. So I wake up at 5, right? I do a meditation stretch, right? Set intentions and things like that, but I know what that is for me. Okay, that's my morning routine. And again, with your morning ritual, morning routine, these are things that we learn and grow over time. Okay, it can be a lot of trial and error. That was for me. We find what works. So I like to wake up, stretch my body, and meditate, and visualize my day. Right. So then I go move my body, and then when I'm like awake and like my body's moving and my brain's, I've gotten out of my head and into my body. Right. That's what I find really works for me. Then I'll come home and between 7 to about 9, right? We'll call it self-care. So, self-care in my, well, let's actually do it as my calendar does. So 7:30 to 8:30. Okay, is my self-care. Right. And again, you can do every weekday. You can do this every day of the week. For me, it works best to really do every day of the week, but Monday to Friday, you can see that. Right, so self-care. So that's things like journaling, checking in on any messages or anything like that, if that's part of it, whatever it is for you, right? And for me, that's basically set up there. And then I'll do my work time. So you might have breakfast, meals, right? So that's what else I'll put in here is on a Sunday, right? Meal prep. It usually takes about 2 hours. The meal prep usually starts from 2 in the afternoon. Okay, and again, like you don't have to be exact with these, right? Sometimes I'm out and I do my meal prep at 4 or 5. Other times I might do it in the morning, depending if I want to have something else going on my Sunday. But as you can see, we're starting to get, let's get some new colors here. And you can color code this as well. So this might be like for my health goals, right? All in green. Okay, my social goals might be in the yellow. Okay, date night, might change that one, make it, let's go purple, it's lavender, right? Okay, so you can start to see that you can color code as well. All right, so self-care. And then you've got time for learning, right? So here I'll generally learn. So I'll spend like half an hour reading or studying the course, right? Depending if I've got calls, I usually start my calls around 10 o'clock, right? But between 8:30 might be slash read, slash anything else, right? Check emails, more options, boom. For me, this is about half an hour of that, and then sorry, I'll show you a bit. Right, there you go. And then this is my get shit done. So I have GSD. This is where I implement. So in the morning, I've cleared my energy, moved my body, got really clear. I'll have some inspiration and stuff come home. Then I may read or journal or anything like that. And then at 9 o'clock, it's like, all right, cool. Now it's time to get stuff done or get shit done, right? That's like bang, that's a red, right? Get straight into it. This is action time, right? Then you can see throughout the day, right? Now it might be calls. So I might have a coaching call. I might have a team meeting call. So this is when now I look at working my work in around my lifestyle and the way I like to live my day. So I prioritize what's important for me. I put myself first, okay? So for those of you with kids, maybe different. Like there might be a school run in here. Maybe you need to get up really extra early so that you're prepared for when the kids get up and things like that, whatever it is for you, right? But as you can see, now I've got all this time between here. Okay, I'll have a break usually around here, around 1 o'clock. Okay, so to eat, but I may do coaching, team meetings, sales calls, whatever it is, right? I've got all those hours, all right? On a Thursday, I tend to have this day off, so it might be creative day. Right, so this might be where I'm creating stuff like this today. Okay, I'm doing this on a Monday right now, but you get the idea. Right, but I may block out my calendar if I like to create on that day. With purpose for this. Right, so I might create for 3 hours. Okay, creative day. Okay, so then I can actually put notes in here as well, right? So if I want to be like record time management system. Okay. All right, so you can do that, whatever else. Yeah, check socials or update socials, whatever it is. There. Okay. Again, yours is going to be different to mine, but you can start to see how this flows. So we've got all these hours that can be filled in with different things. Now, I don't suggest filling every moment of every day, right? It can get quite rigid, but if we've got some structure, it's like your freedom is actually found through discipline, through being disciplined and giving yourself some structure. This is like the masculine part and allows you to then have more time to flow as well, right? So with this, I have time to book in. Again, you can see one of my work meetings there that won't go away because it comes up, whatever. But each time a work meeting or team meeting or anything like that goes in, I schedule it in. I schedule in my sales calls, my coaching calls, anything else that I need to, like call with my marketing, my tech support, my VA and things like that, all go in the calendar. All right, so this is how I set up this. Now, you can go to the next level if you want, and maybe you've got a nighttime ritual. Okay. No, that's common. Yeah, whatever color's right for you. All right. So this way I can set myself up, and in here as well, you can go into here and be like, all right, so reflection journal. You might stretch. Yours. Meditate. Set up for next day. Now, quick little note here on setting up for your next day, right? If you've got a morning routine, okay, it actually starts the night before, right? So best way to set up your morning for success, okay? So if I'm going to the gym or kickboxing in the morning, I've got my bag ready to go. I've got my water bottle filled up. It's all sitting there so I can wake up, do my little stretch and what I need to do in the morning to wake my body up, wake my mind up. And then I've got my water. If you've got any like lemon water or different supplements you want to take or anything like that to start your day, you have that set up the night before. So this way you start with flow. So you get a lot more done in a lot less time. As you can see, by the time I've done more in my morning by 9 o'clock than most people just get ready for work to go to work, right? All right, and then you've got all this time in the middle to fill in with, working on your projects, okay? Which might be, could be accounts, like all those sorts of things, right? So Money Mondays, if that's your thing, okay? Money Mondays. Review your money for the week. Okay, mind on my money, money on my mind. I strongly recommend that you have a relationship with money that you foster and that you prioritize spending time with it. Okay, very important in this day and age to have a good mindset around and good relationship with money. So the more you're connecting with your wealth story and your relationship with money, the better. Okay, so you've got a bit of an idea, and then I've got time to do different calls and stuff. Now, my calendar, right? All this is blocked out as busy at the top there. Okay. Same with this here. When I do Muay movement, I actually block out half an hour beforehand because I leave, if I'm going to go, it takes me half an hour to get ready and go. So those times will be blocked out. That way, anyone who's booking into my calendar or anything I book in gets booked in around what I've prioritized for my fun and fulfillment and lifestyle. Okay, so I've got quite a good lifestyle here that I wake up and I enjoy my life. It's not all about work, right? I remember when I used to wake up and it was like thinking about all the things you have to do. And that's where this system came from. I had to learn that I work better by working smarter, not necessarily harder. So I'm saying I don't work hard when the time comes for it, but I don't follow that model of believing that I need to work hard to get ahead in life anymore, right? So I've sort of moved beyond that. This is the way that you can too. So doing that meal prep, okay, again, one of my goals. That way I'm set up so I've got my food sorted for the week, right? Meal prep includes shopping for me, right? I do another one on a Wednesday. And yeah, gives you a bit of an idea. So this is how you can start to structure yours, right? I'm just going to share with you really quickly. There you go, one of my alarms going off right now for just to prove that I embody what I teach, right? Let me just share this one with you as well. Okay, so you should have this, if you can see it right now. I believe you can. Wrong one. Well, that is the right one, but share it with you in here. All right, cool. So this is my weekly planner. So you've got one of these. You can obviously make your own. This is mine for the program that I run, Self-Made Man. Now, what I do in here is I laminate this. Okay, so I've got this laminated, stuck on my desk, and I put in the time periods from 5 o'clock in the morning all the way up till 10 or 11 at night. And then I've got these blocks throughout the day that I can fill in, right? So I fill in my main ones, like you just seen. It's what I've got written right here in front of me is all my Muay Thai, and then I'll schedule different appointments and things like that. So you can use these. Look, if you want either this or find your own plan or whatever it works for you. You can print off many sheets if you want a fresh one each week, or you can go to Officeworks or somewhere like that, print it off and laminate it and use a whiteboard marker to fill it in. So you can fill it in each week, then wipe it out and fill it in the next week. And what I'll also give you guys as part of what I'm sharing with you, right, is this here. So that's the one, yeah. There's, yeah, intentions for today, right? This one here, right? So this is what you can set up. You can set this up. I do part of this the night before, right? So I look at what are the top 3 outcomes that I want to achieve tomorrow. Right? I save the action to take now to when I get back that I'm actually taking action in my get shit done phase. And I'll put down first these things, then these things, any appointments that I have, right? So that again is on my other desk here, laminated, sitting there so that I can follow that, right? New habits. So if new habits for me are running, Muay Thai, different things like that for you, stretching became a new habit for me. There was a time when meditating and journaling were new habits, right? And I put these on here and tick it, and when you tick it, it builds a success mechanism in your brain, showing that you're showing up and you're doing things. It helps you realize that you are successful, that you are making progress, that you are in integrity with following through with what you want to do. so that you can be, do, and have what you want in life. All right, so that's basically my time management system. If for any reason you don't have the worksheets and you want those, by all means, reach out to myself. If you're in the Rise Up Warrior group, post in there if you want the sheets posted to you, or if you've been given this by one of self-made mentors or anyone else that's shared this training with you. If you don't have those worksheets, just hit them up and they'll be able to share them with you as well. Hope this has helped. It's been a game changer for me. Helps me get shit done. Helps me wake up with purpose. I wake up each morning knowing what I'm going to do. Right? I wake up, get out of bed with purpose, and I can move forward. Before I started using this system, I was finding that, especially when I didn't have a job, when I didn't have to go to work, that I would spend time getting caught up in my head and then creating problems for myself that weren't even there. And I found this with so many of the men that I've worked with, even those with jobs, like time in their hands or not knowing how to structure certain things and work towards their goals. They can get stuck with too much time in their hands, too much time in their head. So that's why I wake up and get moving. I get into my body. Right? Once with my body, I can connect with how I feel in here, and then I can use my heart to talk to my head and basically show up in the world in the way that I choose to be of service. So that's how I operate. And it's been an honor and pleasure to share this with you. If you're watching this, please let us know if this has helped you. If you're watching this on YouTube, drop a comment. That would be great in the comments if you found some value here. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you to see how this goes actually after you start implementing it. So again, set this up at the start of the week. It does help to know some goals or some things that you're working to. So get clear on some things that you're working to. This could be your money goals or business goals. It could be relationship goals. It could be starting a relationship goals. So you might be booking in, going places to connect with people, where you're going to find the type of people that you want to do, and how can you schedule that into your week so that you're showing up and setting your intentions and then taking aligned action so that your dreams come into fruition, right? So it all starts with getting clear, that clarity of what is it you actually desire, what I want to create, and then aligning ourselves by actually taking the aligned action. So if you've got clear vision, clear intention, right? Along with the aligned action, it's only a matter of time with that consistency that will breed you results. So try this for a week, then do it again for another week, right? And I like to reflect at the end of my weeks to see what I've learned, where I've grown, what's working for me, what could be improved, right? So I'm always improving and creating more success, more progress, more fulfillment in my own life, so that I'm operating at a greater peak every time that I continue to level up in life. So again, took me a bit of time to figure out what works best for me. So you can play with this a little bit, play with your morning routine. You might like to go walk in the morning. You might like to get up and have a coffee in the morning. Maybe you like to get up and read in the morning. Maybe you like to get up and the first thing is you eat that frog. In other words, you attack the hardest task of the day, right? That can be a way that might work for you. If that works for you, amazing. But again, try this out, see what's working for you, and give it a week. Give it 7 days, do the same thing, or 5 days if you do Monday to Friday, and then rinse and repeat and review, like what worked for you, what worked well for you, where were you challenged, what would you like to change, what are some ideas that you could put down and brainstorm of ways that this could work best for you. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this training. Again, do let me know, or whoever's shared this training with you, how this is going for you. Implement it, follow through, be consistent, rinse and repeat it again and again and again. And like you might have a couple of different businesses, you might have investments, a business and a job going. So I would look at how do you prioritize time for each of those? How much time do you want to allocate towards working your job? How much time do you want to allocate towards building your business? How much time do you want to allocate towards learning about investing and things like that, right? So whatever's right for you, even if you're just doing like 1 hour of a couple of those, like you might be doing 2, 3, or 4 hours of your main money earning thing, and then an hour or two of learning how to invest, an hour or two of building your business. Over time, consistency compounds and breeds results, right? So remember, consistency compounds and breeds results. That'll help you get better outcomes in your life and help you achieve your dreams and your heart's desires. Again, I'm David Berryman. Thanks for watching. And yeah, hope to connect with you sometime soon. Enjoy.